Hey, welcome to Christian Ultra-Libertarians for Truth, otherwise known as cult. And that can be disconcerting to people, but don't let it worry you. Remember, it represents Christian Ultra-Libertarians for Truth. I'm Shawn McCraney, cult founder, tongue-in-cheek. We are grounded in the following principles, and we think that it's important for you to know that before you register with us. These principles are: one, we know we can prove through the scripture that Jesus returned to his own as he promised in 70 AD. That was the end of their world when destruction fell upon Jerusalem and he came and took his faithful bride up into the New Jerusalem. We know from that church then is done. It's over, and we can prove it. All church efforts historically have been a fail. Just look at them. It's not that they've been necessarily horrible. Some have. It's not that they haven't contributed to people's belief, but it's that they have not done what Christ would do with his church. And that is to share the message of Jesus Christ and to infuse the world with his love. So we also know that the faith is not objectively demanded anymore. That means that pastors and priests and reverends don't stand above crowds with an apparent authority of God and tell them what they must believe or they won't be right with him. God himself says in Jeremiah 31 through 34, that in our day, after Jesus took his bride, that he would write his laws on the hearts and minds of those who were his. Do you know what that means to us? It means that the faith is subjectively lived. It means that it's up to you, the individual, to decide what you believe and how you're going to live your Christian life. And it's not predicated on what someone else thinks you should do. That means we're all responsible before God, but that is the setup that the scripture teaches. Individuals, therefore, are at liberty. Where the Spirit of Christ is, there is liberty. And that's why the name of our group is Christian Ultra-Libertarians for Truth. We believe that every individual has the right to pursue their Christian faith as led of the Spirit. However, we also suggest that along the way, it's incumbent upon us to love each other. Historically, we've seen this among religious groups. We suggest that is done for. Every individual is responsible before God for the things they believe, the way they walk, and we are here to just facilitate that. We have one requirement, one cult-like requirement for those who decide to register with us, and that is to treat each other with the love that the scripture describes. Patiently, kindly, mercifully, with long suffering. That means if someone comes in here and says, I'm a Catholic and I think, this and this and this, we say, we love you. Someone else comes along and says, I'm a Mormon and I believe this and this, we say, we love you. That's between you and God. Now, having said that, we have created thousands of hours, literally thousands of hours of content through decades of work. And it's all here in this platform, this online educational platform for liberated Christians to come and consider. Now, I do all the teaching, and at least up to this point, and if you don't agree with me, that's okay. Remember, I can't tell you how to believe. We just do our best to present principles from Scripture. And you listen and you decide how they benefit you or how you don't want them in your life. Remember, it's up to you. So we do this through light. We do this by learning as a means to create in people love. And when we learn to love, we therefore are at liberty. Okay? So when people are exposed to his light, they've come to see who he is. We rejoice in that. Whatever way it comes, you're Baptist, Pentecostal, Mormon, Seventh-day Adventist, whatever. And you come to Christian Ultra-Libertarians for Truth, and then we have a bunch of courses. We have a lot, and I've emphasized that. It's all within this site. and you have the opportunity to consider the content. In doing that, you're learning. And as you learn, you start to see that our emphasis in all the learning is to love, as Jesus loved and as he commanded, God and neighbor. And then as we love, we find out that that is the means by which God has set us free. That in and through agape love, human beings can be set free, all because of what Christ has done for us. If you're interested in this, if you want to learn more, register below. That's what it's all about. We just wanted you to get an idea of what we are trying to do here on this online educational portal. And if you see the value of it, you might even consider quitting your church and joining the cult.